This is a complete Google Sites tutorial for creating a site from scratch, editing it and then publishing it. I am Naman from Explorers of Fun Tech and I'll be your guide today. So let's start. So the first thing is accessing Google Sites. Now there are two ways to do this. First, in your browser type sites.google.com and then you will come over here. Let me show you in a new tab. In your browser just type sites.google.com and now you will come here. The second way is using your drive. So how do you do that is just go to drive.google.com and from here first click on the new button, then on more, and from here select Google Sites. Now if you use the drive method, then it will directly drop you into the Google Sites editor. But because this is a complete tutorial, I'll be guiding you from the first step. So we'll go to sites.google.com first. Now once you are here, you will see this dialog which asks you to go back to classic sites. Now you don't have to select this. This tutorial is about using the new Google Sites, which is much better than the old classic Google Sites. Now for building the website, you have two options. First, you can start from scratch, and the second that you can use a template. So these are the templates which are available with Google Sites. Not a lot of them are available, and the ones which are available are not the best quality, but they are okay. Now because this is a complete tutorial, I'll be starting from scratch. So to create a new site, click on this blank button over here. So now we are in the Google Sites editor. Don't get scared, there are a lot of options and I'll guide you through each of them. So first, let's see the different options present here. Here you can give your site a name with which it will be saved in your drive. Here are buttons to undo and redo your last action. Here is the preview button. Here is the link to copy for your site when it will be published. From here you can add collaborators. Here are some settings. From here you have some additional settings like version histories and duplicating a site. And then over here you have all the options like adding maps, collapsible texts, image carousel. From here you can add pages to your site, and here you can select a theme for your site. So we'll start by giving our site a name. Now here you have two options to give your site a name. So what the first option, this one does is that this is the name with which your site will be saved in your Google Drive. So because this is a tutorial site I'm building, so I'll just name it tutorial site. Now this name won't be visible to the visitors which come to your site. This is an internal name for your reference. And over here is the name which you need to add, which visitors will be able to see. So today I'll be building a technology blog with you. So I'll enter this as technology blog. Now over here you can add a page title. Because this is a technology blog, I'll add something like Tech Explained. Now let's move on to the next thing which I'll teach you, which is themes. Now you can access themes from here. And what themes do is that there are some preset designs which you can use with your site. This is the simple and normal theme, and you can customize the colors of it. As you can see, with changing colors, the header image also changes its colors. And you can also pick a custom color from here. Over here you can select the font style which you want to use, like classic, heavy or light. Over here are 5 other themes which you can use. This is what the Aristotle themes look like. This is what the Diplomat theme look like. This is what the Vision theme looks like. This is the Label theme, and this is the Impression theme. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this Impression theme with the red color. Now there aren't many themes in Google Sites, and these are the one which you will have to use. Now let me show you how you can add pages to your Google Sites. So pages can be accessed from here. Now click over here, and now this you can see is our home page. By clicking this plus button, it will add a new page for us. Over here we can give it a custom name. So this I am going to name blog, and now click on done. So now this has added another page, and see, it has automatically appeared in our navigation menu over here. Now if we ever want to switch pages, we can switch it like this. Now you also have some settings available with this blog page. If you click on this 3 dots, you will see many settings. Now you can set this blog page as a home page for your site. You can duplicate this page. If you're building a big site and you want the same types of pages, then you can easily duplicate these. Here are the properties. Here you can add a sub page for your main page. Now what sub pages do is that they are categories of this page. For example, as we are taking this technology blog example, a sub page can be a category. Like if your tech blogs writes reviews and tutorials, then you can add a sub page which says reviews, where you will list all your tech gadgets which you have reviewed. And another sub page could be tutorials, which contains all your tutorials which you have written. So this is what sub pages do. They are pages under a main page. Third, you can hide this page from navigation just like this, and you can show it again. And third, you can delete this page. Now that we have added a site name and understood how pages and themes work, it is time for us now to change this header which Google Sites has given us. Now you can change this by going to these two options which you have over here. The first says change image. Now if you select this option, you can select an image to put over here in your background. For example, if you want to change this image which is coming right now, go to upload to select an image from your computer, then navigate to the folder and then just select an image and open it. Now see, Google Sites has changed this image. Now you can also reset it to the default. Second is the header type option. Now you have 4 types of headers available. One is cover, which largens this image so that it covers the full screen when a person is viewing your website. Second is large banner, which increases the size of this header. Third is the banner, and the fourth is the title only if you don't want any image in the background. For this tutorial, we will be going with the cover image as it looks the best to me. Now you can also delete this section by clicking on the delete button over here. Now to revert your changes, here is the undo button. Now I'll also show you how you can preview your site. So for example, while you are editing and you now want to see how it looks without actually publishing it, preview is a good feature. To preview your site, click on this third button over here. Now as you can see, we are in preview mode and this is what our site would look like to any other visitor. Now this is the desktop view. If someone views from a tablet, this is how he would see this site, and if someone views from a mobile phone, then this is how the site will look. The best part with Google Sites is that the sites built with this are responsive. So they look good on all devices, be it tablet, phone, laptop and so on. Now you can quit the preview by clicking on this cross icon over here. Now we also have some header settings available. So this top menu which you see over here can also be customized. For customizing that top menu, hover over it and click on this settings icon. Now you will be in these settings where you have 2 options for these headers. The first is top mode, which looks like this, and the second is side mode. What side mode will do is that the person will have to click these 3 lines to show a sidebar which will house all our pages. Now let's go to settings again. I like the top mode more, so I'll select that. The second thing is the color. You can choose it to be transparent just like this, or you can choose it to be white in color with black text or black in color with white text. For this tutorial, I'll be using transparent. So the next step comes adding a logo for your site. Now you will have to design one logo using any website like Canva, or you can also use Photoshop. So if you have a logo, here's how you put it in Google Sites. Hover over this bar again, and now you will see over here an option to add a logo. Click over here. Now from here you can upload your logo. Now I don't have one, so I'll just put anything, and this will become our logo. And the second thing which is available to us is the favicon. So for those people who don't know what it is, a favicon is this small logo which appears in your browser. If you can see this beside our technology blog, right now there is the favicon of Google Sites. Now you can add your own also. So to add your own, again just go to upload and select an image and you are done. Now that we are done with the header, here's how to add a footer to your website. The footer is the last part of your website which you would have seen on other websites too, which contains links like home, about us. Let me show you an example over here. For example, if we go to my own site explorersofFun.com, then this is the this is the header over here, and if we scroll down, then this is the footer, our story, quick links, important links, and so on. So to add a footer, just scroll down till the bottom of your page and hover over here, and you'll see an option to add a footer. Now Google Sites will add a footer, and over here you can add important links and text, like for example, if I want to add something like important links, home and blog. Now you can select this text and also customize this. For example, you can change the font over here, you can change the font size, you can make it bold, italics, and even add a link to it. So this is how footers work. And you can also hide the footer on specific pages. For example, if I don't want to show the footer only on my blog page and I want to show it everywhere else, then I can just go to that page and click on this eye icon over here. It will hide that footer for that particular page. So now comes adding content to your website, like text, images, videos, and so on. So Google Sites gives us all these options for adding content, and now I'll explain them one by one to you. To add a text box to your website, click on this text box button and Google Sites will automatically add it. Now you can type anything over here. For the formatting options, you can select the size of this text, whether it will be a normal text, it will be a title, a heading, subheading, or even small text. So we'll go with the normal text for now. And now for the formatting options, you have all the options over here. So first you can customize the font. There are a lot of fonts available over here. Second, you can customize the font size. If you want this text to be a bit larger, then select it and then you can customize it. Third, that you can bold the text, you can make it italics, you can underline the text over here, and you can also change its color to something like yellow, and you can revert it back to black. You can add a link over here. For example, if I want to add a link to my own website, explorersofFun.com, apply, and it will add a link over here, and you can remove the link by coming over here and clicking on the remove button. Third, you have the alignment, whether you want it to be center, left, or so on. Third, you can add a number list, a bulleted list, you can remove this text. There are some line spacing and indentation options, strike through. If you want to write in code font, you can write in that too, and then you can clear all the formatting in the end. Second, to add images to your website, click on this images button over here. Now you will have two options, upload or select. If you click on upload, you can choose one from your PC, and if you click on the select option, you can add an image from your Google Drive, from your URL, from Google Images, and from even your Google Photos. So now I'll cross this. So the third option over here is embed. So what embed does is that it copies anything from the web and pastes it as it is to your Google site, and also makes it interactive. If you don't understand what I mean, let me show you a demo. If I click on this embed option, and over here from the by URL option, if I enter the URL of my site, explorersofFun.com, and if I select my site over here and click on insert, now it will add an interactive copy of my website over here. So if I go to preview mode, you can see right now I'm on your website. If I go a bit down, here are the images and the text we added, and here it has automatically added my website, and my website is fully functioning. For example, with from Google Sites itself, I can accept it. I can also go to my website's blog page. If I click on the blog button and see, Google Site has automatically pulled my full website and embedded it to your website. Now I hope that you understand what I mean to say. Let me delete this. So this is what embed by URL does. It takes the content from one URL and pastes it to other as it is, so that the user can even interact with the pasted web page. The second option in the embed is by code. Now over here you can add some HTML code which Google Sites will add to your website. For example, if you have coded and created a form and now you want it to show up on your Google sites, then what you can do is just copy your code with which you created the form, paste it over here, and Google Sites will display your form as it is. So embed is a pretty handy feature when you want to put something from the web on your own website, and it does it within seconds. And third is the drive option, with which you can add anything which is in your Google Drive to your Google Sites. This is another great example of the integration between Drive and sites which you have. Now before covering layouts, I'll first cover all these options over here. So the first option is collapsible text. What collapsible text allows you to do is create a drop down. For example, and over here you can add all the drop down options, for example 9th, 10th, 11th. Now once you have created your collapsible text, let us preview it and see how it works. So here I am on your website, and here is the select your class text. Now if I click on this, it will show me a drop down menu. So this is what collapsible text is. Second comes table of contents. For example, if you write an article in Google Sites and it has lots of headers and you want to create an easy table of contents, then you can just click on this option and it will select all the headings which are on this page and then put them over here. On this particular page we only have one heading, so there is this one link for that heading over here. So the third option is one of my favorite ones, and it is image carousel. Now this allows you to create an image slider on your website. Let me show you. First add 2 to 3 images from your PC. Let me select any 2 images. Now click on open. Now here are these 3 images. Now click on insert. And now as you can see, Google Sites has created a slider for me. Now if we go into preview mode, if I come down, now I can click on these arrow buttons and I can switch between the images. This is very much like the image sliders you see on other big websites. Now even in the image carousels you have some settings. If you click on the settings icon over here, you can add or delete more images in your carousel, and if you click on this settings button, then you can configure some additional things, like if you want to show the dots, if you want to show the captions, if you want this to auto start, so when the web page loads, it automatically starts shifting between the images. So now image carousel is done. The next is button. Now as the term suggests, button allows you add a button on your website. Now when you click on the insert button option over there, you can add a name to your button. For example, go to my blog and then add a link. Now the best feature about Google Sites is that it very easily allows you to link between all your pages. So suppose you have a post written on the topic of best screen recorders. You search that over here and it will automatically show all the results from Drive and from your own Google Sites matching this. Now I want to link this to my blog page. So as you can see, Google Sites has suggested the blog page to me and I can select that, and it will easily add a link to the blog page on our website. Now let's click on insert, and now we can customize the length of this button. We can also select between 3 styles: filled, outlined, and only text. So if we go to preview mode to see if this button works, over here I am on the website. If I click on go to my blog button, I automatically come to my blog page over here. So the next comes divider, and divider, as the name suggests, adds a divider to your website, so you can separate 2 different components. Third is placeholder. So what placeholder allows you to do is that it allows you to add various things, like an upload some image, select a video from YouTube, add something from your Google Calendar, or even add a Google Maps. As the name suggests, you can place anything in this holder over here. So for a demo, if I click on this plus button and if I select any image and open it, then it will add this image over here. This is just a more fancy way of adding content to your website. The next is the YouTube option. With this, you can embed any kind of videos in your website. For example, if I want to add a video which tells me how to make a post grid in WordPress, and I just search it, then from here you can select all the results. For example, if I select this video and select, now it will add this video over here. So the next option is calendar, and with this you can add anything from your Google Calendar to your website. Next comes map, and with this you can add a map to your Google site. For example, if you want to add a map and your business is located in London, so you just want to search London, UK. Now click on select, and this will automatically add a map with London showing on it to your website, which is great if for your contact page. Lastly, we have docs, slides, sheets, forms and charts. With this you can add some Google Doc, Google Slide, Google Sheet, Google Form or Google Chart to your website. So layouts are predefined designs which you can add to your website. For example, if you want to add a grid of 2 images, then you can easily just use this layout, and now you only have to select the image and add the text to your website. And if you want to add a 3 image grid, then this is how you can do it. Here you can create a photo gallery, and with this is a simple layout. So layouts are a very quick way to create your website. You then only have to add some images and the text. So those were for the editing features which were present in Google Sites. Now we'll go over some other settings before finishing this tutorial. So if I click on the settings icon over here, I have 6 more settings available. Navigation settings I have already shown you. Brand images allows you to add a logo and favicon. Now for the viewer tools, you have 2 more options: info icon and anchor links. Info icon allows the viewers to see some details about your site, like when it was last updated and so on. You can customize this setting if you want the viewers to be able to see this or not. And the second is anchor links. Anchor links allows your users to jump from specific content on one page to some other content on the second page. For example, if you have a blog post and it has lots of headings and you want to create a table of contents, then you can add anchor links. If a person clicks on one link, he'll automatically go to that heading which you have directed him to. The fourth is custom domains. With this, you can with Google Sites, you can use your own domain if you have one, like yourdomain.com, for completely free, which is the best part about this. Fifth is analytics. From this you can connect a Google Analytics account, which will help you see how many people are coming to your site, how long they are staying, what pages they are visiting and so on. And the last is announcement banner, which allows you to easily add a banner to your website. For example, if you want to display a banner that you use cookies, then first enable the show banner option. Select your banner color. I'll go with white. And for the message, you can add the message which you want to display. So I'll be adding we use, and this is done. Now at the end, you can also add some visibility options, like you want this to be visible only on the home page or on all pages. So I'll select all pages, and now you can cross this safely. And as you can see, an announcement banner has appeared over here. The last part is publishing your website. So you can publish your website by clicking on this publish button over here. Now you can add a web address for your site. For example, if you don't have a domain, you can use something like sites.google.com. And because this is a technology blog, I'll just add. Now this URL is available. So your site will be published at the URL sites.google.com/view/techblog06. You can also use a custom domain for free, as I told you before, although you will have to verify your domain. You can also manage who can view your site, and over here in the search settings, you can request search engines not to display your site in Google search results. If you are working on something secret and you don't want people to be able to access this even while this site being published, then you can do this. Now once you have configured all this, click on publish. Now our site has been published successfully. We can click on this view button. As you can see, this is our home page. Tech explained. This is our slider. If we select go to my blog, then we are over here. And if I click on this, then we'll be back again to our home page. So this was for this complete Google Sites tutorial. Now I hope that you know how to build a website with Google Sites from scratch. So that was for this video, and thanks for watching it. Here are some other videos you might find interesting. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more content just like this.